Yo, what is up, guys? Travis, aka Travesty. This is gonna be a quick video on the crystal presets I'm using. Now, this is not an end-all be-all, but this will be my general crystals for PvP, as well as a quick overview of my PvE crystals. So, in order to use the new crystal system, you go to transfusion, you load up a bunch of crystals in here, in this like bagish, and then you apply it here. The great thing about this new system is that with all your loaded crystals, you can easily change different builds, try different things. Today I'll be going over the 4 PvP builds that I've created for my crystal, or for my gear, my evasion gear, and I hope this video helps. So first build is my PvP general build. This build is what I'm going to be running most of the time. This build has accuracy, it has a little bit of HP and the red spirit crystals, and you're going to see throughout my PvP builds that there's going to be 6 crystals that are held pretty much across the board. It's going to be the Jin Evasion crystals, it's going to be the Jin Harfia crystals, and it's going to be the crystal of Elkar. Those 6 crystals are pretty much staple. The rest is flexible, and this build seeks to do a good amount of damage with the corrupteds and the red spirit crystals, as well as the glorious Alukas, while still maintaining a semblance of accuracy with these Jin Vipers. This next build is my PvP damage build. The only thing that changes here is we sacrifice the Vipers for some human damage. So we use the RBF Vipers for 10 human damage here, 10 human damage there, for an additional 20 human damage. We do lose a little bit of accuracy here, but when it comes to fighting DR classes, we don't need that accuracy. So this build would probably be a pretty good build to run in my Sentinel set here to fight hard cap DR players. So here is my PvE build. This build is used on both my Mystic and my Zerker. You can always swap out the glorious Alukas for a ancient power or red battlefield power or ancient power crystal, but currently I am playing around with this additional attack speed. The 2 Elkars here are usually the first ones to go for powers, so usually I'll sacrifice those 2 Elkars for a red battlefield power. You can use cheaper ones of ancient power, but the 8 crystals that are usually pretty much solid throughout my builds is these glorious Alukas, the rebellious crystals, dark red fangs, and then the corrupted magic crystals. Rebellious crystals are extremely expensive currently, so if you didn't have them before, good luck. Hopefully you get them for cheaper than 800 million. Alright, so for my 1v1 build, I run resistance. I've created a resistance set in my artifact sets for 1v1. Mainly I'm grabbed out of SA, so I'd want to run grab resistance. And when I apply this set is also my, relatively tanky build as well. It does sacrifice a lot of damage, but if you're fighting somebody in 1v1, you don't necessarily need too much damage. In this set, I'd probably run with 1 evasion accessory on instead of 2, so I could potentially run 297 AP with this build. And then what I end up doing here is I have all 4 crystals selected for resistance, so I have them all. Where are they? I have them all here, and so let's say I'm fighting a ninja, I'll do knockback floating, and I will do grapple resistance. And if I'm fighting a mystic, I'll take away the float resistance and put an adamantium on. If I'm fighting a class that doesn't have a grapple, I'll swatch out the sturdiness. And so basically this is my 1v1 tanky build, and it also relies heavily on resistance. I also have ignore knockdown crystals here. I do want to replace these with 10% ignore knockdowns, and this is going to be for fighting other DR players that like to run resistance in 1v1. Potentially I'll swap these out for red battlefield vipers if I'm fighting somebody who doesn't seem to have any resistance at all. And then I can also swap the Hooms out for potentially, you know, an agility switch, which is 10% knockdown resistance, and 8 evasion, which is pretty good. But yeah, this is my overall tanky hybrid build, evasion plus resistance, basically. And here is my last build. This build is only for my DP set. So my DP set, no, it's not that one. It's this one. So my DP build looks like this. My DP build is full DP. This is for CC bot only. And the crystal build that I would run on this, since you can stack these blue agility crystals, what I did was I bought some Fruit of the Sun, and then I used the Velia vendor to create these. But if you can get it off the market, great. Again, this has the 6 staple crystals that are seen across my builds, but instead of stacking Hooms for HP, this stacks evasion. So each of these crystals are 8 evasion, as well as these crystals. Unfortunately, you can't stack the yellow crystals, you can only stack the blue crystals. The counter build for this would be stacking blue accuracy crystals, and each point of accuracy does outweigh each point of evasion. So yeah, evasion builds are still gonna be struggling a little bit, but this is probably what I'm gonna be testing. I'm thinking about swapping out the agility when I'm fighting a lot of people for HP absorption, but I'd have to run a full crystal elixir rotation for that to be for that to actually work. And again, lots of different things you can do, but these are the 5 crystal builds that I'm currently working on. And then you can see it here. I'll try to change and keep my gear planner up to date, and all my crystal presets should be applied to these different builds for you to check to see what I'm running at the time. So I hope this video helped, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.